Short introduction po. Sige.
Okay. Joe Vernagano. I am a graduate of BS Medical Technology and also a graduate of BS Nursing 2007. And at the moment, I am the owner of Hot's Corner. Are you happy with that?
How did the idea for your business come about?
The idea of the business come about because of necessity. So what happened was we have a business that has, because of the current pandemic, we had a problem because of the mall, of the people not going to inside the malls. So that business has gone down, dropped, and so most of our employees were out of jobs, basically. So what we did, or we tried to do, is to make another business for them to have something, some sort of an income, and at the same time, we will have some income as well as a company. So that's where and when Potts Corner has come about.
What was your key driving force to becoming an entrepreneur?
Driving force. The driving force of becoming an entrepreneur is, well, basically to earn income, live life comfortably, and then as you go along with your business, you kind of get in touch with the people that you work with. So you tend to think about their how they're going to do in everyday life. So you think about how many people will be affected if you don't have this business. How many people will you help if you have this kind of business? So those are like side motivations that eventually will become one of your core values in the company.
What were the factors you considered when coming up with the business?
Factors that you consider. Okay, so in every business, the first thing, the very first hurdle that you will come about is when to start and why you're going to start. So that question, saying that kind of difficult. Right. So going back again, what's the question?
What were the factors you considered
Factors.
when coming up with a business?
Factors to consider when you come up with a business. Number one is feasibility, and scratch that. Number one is the know-how of the business that you're going to protect. So, for example, we have this kind of business, which is a planting business and ornamental business, of which one of the co-owners knows exactly what to do. So that's number one. Second factor is visibility or the market, if you know if it's going to survive. And then third one is if it will have income, basically.
How did you come up with the name for your company?
Oh, the name of the company came about because of the instance why we started. So the reason why we started. So the why we started the business is because one of the co-owners is looking for a pot. So we went through all the gardening businesses here in Cabanatuan, and we found pots which are really expensive. So what we did is we tried to make our own pot in as affordable as possible, and then we call it Pot's Corner. So that's how it come about.
What was your mission at the outset?
Mission at the outset, like I told earlier, is for us to generate jobs for the people, for our employees who were displaced. So that was the first mission that we did, why we opened the Pot's Corner. Second is to get more in another income generating business.
How did you find the right people for your company?
Ooh, finding the right people. Most of the people that works with us has already been working for us with the previous business with the other business that I was talking about. So as part of like the HR team, as part of the human resource, I try to find people who are motivated to gain experience rather than people who knows exactly what they want or whatnot. Um, you might be a little bit confused with that. Let me reiterate. I am looking for attitude rather than what the know-how of a particular person. It's better to have an open attitude rather than a person who knows everything but it's closed. His mind is already closed. So that's one of the very basic, actually core things that I'm looking for the people who will work for and with me.
How do you market your business and which tactics have been most successful?
Marketing the business. So we started the business through social media. So we used the platforms, different social media platforms. We have Facebook, Instagram, we have Twitter, and now we also have Shopee. So those are the platforms that we use, but we also use the traditional ones. We use flyers. We also use tarpaulins, visual aids to basically people to come to your place and know your business.
What kind of culture exists in your organization and how did you establish it?
The culture that we try to establish and up until now, even from the very start that we started any other business that we have, is mutual respect. So we respect each other as how we want to be respected as people. So we don't look at the status of the person. It doesn't matter if you are a rank and file person or you are a supervisor or you are an area manager or whatnot, or you are the CEO of the company. We all operate on the virtue of respect, because we know in a business you need respect. You need to know, and when you got respect, you will also trust that person. So respect and trust goes hand in hand. So that's the core principle of our companies.
Do you go with the trends? How?
Yes, as you can see, the Potts Corner is a business that was born out of a trend. Yeah. We do look for trends. We have this mindset that when you start a business, you need to look for, like what I said, is feasibility. So you look for trends. You look for something that the people or the consumers will go for, which will equate to income. Yeah. So trend is a factor to consider when you're starting a business and continue to grow, because in trends as well you will need to innovate and you keep on with that innovation you will please your customers and hopefully they will come to you.
How has being an entrepreneur affected your family life?
Being an entrepreneur affected my family life. That's a bit of a hard question. I don't know how to, to answer that. It doesn't necessarily affected your family life, but the business will take most of your time out of the things that you normally do. For example, you have every week you go to your mother's house, or every X amount of day, or every hour of this day you do this and you do that, with your family. When you have a business, you need to be hands on. So um, the business will take that time out from your family, but at the same time it will provide. So that's what the business, it's a compromise anyways. Everything that you do is a compromise, and you just need to find that balance in between.
What motivates you?
Ooh. What motivates me? You need a pageant answer for that? That's good. What motivates me? What motivates me is to know, because when you reach a certain age, you wouldn't think of superficial things anymore. You think about what your legacy will be. So what motivates me is for me knowing that even if I die tomorrow, I have left something to be remembered by.
How do you generate new ideas?
Say it again.
How do you generate new ideas?
We generate new ideas by looking at trends, by looking at people, by talking to people, by talking to your customers, by talking to your network. So that's how we innovate and look for something new.
What is your greatest fear and how do you manage fear?
Like I said, greatest fear. When you reach a certain age, you tend to fear being in oblivion. No one will know. No one will think of you after you pass. So that is my greatest fear. And how will I think? I'll go with that fear or overcome it by living my life at the present, being as happy and as being a person who contributes to society.
What are your ideals?
Ideals. Another question that's a little bit hard. Ideals. When I hear the word ideal, is something that you wish and look forward to achieve. So I think my ideal, like I said, my ideal is to be happy, happiness. That is what I sought for and still looking for, and a driving force to live every day.
How do you define success?
Success. Okay. Reminds me of a quote from the. It's a famous quote from, if you know, Winston Churchill. He was the prime minister of Great Britain, and he led Great Britain during World War II. So his quote was about success. Success is not final. Failure is not fatal, but the courage to move forward is what matters, or something like that. Yeah. So I define success as success is a construct wherein you have a goal and you can attain it. Yeah. So that's what I mean. How I define success. If, for instance, success for you is drinking a glass of water, that is success. So it depends on the person, and it would not be defined by any dictionary or encyclopedia that you will read. Success is personal, and success is depends on the individual.
Do you believe there is some sort of pattern or formula to becoming a successful entrepreneur?
A formula. I think there is a basic formula for an for becoming an entrepreneur, or becoming a successful entrepreneur for that matter. is for you to know your product, know the people that you are working, believe in your product, and then continue to innovate your product. If you have all four of those, I think your business can become successful. But like I said, business is subjective. Business, it depends on the person. Sorry, not business. Success. Success is subjective. Success depends on the person. So there would the formula that you're going to be looking for is a matter of perspective. So if you think that you are being successful at one point or another, your business is generating income. You're happy with what you are doing. You're not really stressed that much with the business that you have. Then I think that is a formula for a successful business.
What is your favorite aspect of being an entrepreneur?
Favorite aspect now is to see that your product that you believe in is being consumed by your customers. So that makes us the people who sells the product happy. Okay.
What has been your most satisfying moment in business?
So that can coincide with the last question. Most satisfying moment is that when people love or is drawn to the products that you sell. Because I'll give an example for the other business that we have. It's a juicing business, and we started from scratch. So when every time a person buys that product and says that your product is good, your product is excellent, I love your product, I keep on buying it, that makes us happy.
What can you say to those young minds that aspire to be successful in their entrepreneurial life?
Be bold. Be bold. Don't think about failure as the end, and you can always start from scratch. I mean, even if your business, your empire will come into ruins, you can always start. You always have to remember that I've spoken to a lot of people about it. We had 17 branches from the juicing business that we had that I was talking about. Now we only have 4. What keeps us motivated to keep on doing or opening it is because we think that even if we only have 1 branch, that's where we started. So it doesn't matter if all the 16 will close. As long as we have 1 branch, we know that we can start, we can regroup, and then we can grow.
What can you say that an entrepreneur has to have in their skill set?
An entrepreneur must have an open mind, an open heart, and a cunning personality. An open mind is for you to not necessarily not filter, but to absorb everything that you need to absorb. You see one product, you test one product, you look at one particular thing, and then it sparks something that can generate income. That's me talking about opening your mind, and you don't close your mind from everything that is happening around you. Yeah, and then you have an open heart. Your heart should always be giving. At the same time, you will learn that by doing that, other people will become like that as well. I believe on like what's that saying? I don't know if it's a saying or a movie. Pay it forward. So you lead by example. So that's my thing. And a cunning personality is you need to know when to strike. In doing a business, it's all about timing. So if you think that this is the right time and you already have done your research, and then that is the right time, then you have to keep on doing that until you succeed.
What can you say to those people who are planning to buy your products po?
To the people who planning to buy our products, I would like to say that all of our products are made from our blood, sweat, and tears. We made it to be as satisfactory to your taste. We pride ourselves on providing products which are excellent, which is above standard. So if you buy whatever product that you might like, bear in mind that it is from Pot's Corner and it is the best. Thank you.
Impromptu yun, kita nyo.
Take two.